Let's talk about Nio. So the last time I properly spoke about Nio was about 3 or 4 weeks ago, okay? And I wasn't particularly excited about this company whatsoever. Since the last time I spoke about Nio, okay, I've done at least 100 hours of research into the EV market as a whole and a whole lot of research into Nio as a company. And on this channel, I don't like pushing an agenda to anybody, you know, that you should or shouldn't buy a company. I just like to give my thoughts on a company as fairly as possible. And I'm always the first to admit when I got things wrong as well. And with Nio, I did not do them justice by any means whatsoever in my first video. I pretty much just focused on the cons and did not give nearly any of the pros, which I shouldn't have done. So today I want to try bring you all a more well-rounded video explaining both the pros and the cons of Nio, with the understanding that I did actually decide to invest this week with a relatively small position of 30 shares. We should also premise the video by making sure everybody is aware I am a massive bull on EV in general. I make loads of videos on electric stocks, so from the outset I more than likely am a little bit biased, just because I do really like the industry and I want to like EV companies. I want to find more EV companies that I am happy to invest in. But I just feel like you guys deserve this video, especially those of you who may have seen my last one on them. It was far too biased on the wrong side of things. So there really is a lot to bring up today. As always, we're going to start off on their website. We'll just do a little bit of an overview on Nio and on the Chinese EV market in particular. One thing we're going to spend a good bit of time on is their batteries, okay? Because this is something I didn't give anywhere near enough attention in my first video. Of course, we'll have to take a look at the financials, okay? Because things traditionally have been very poor in the company, but we could be expecting our first ever positive quarter. A few things in regards to what Nio is trying to do with their brand name, and lastly, we'll go through some of the cons. Because in the last video, I pretty much just went through the cons. In this one, I want to give the pros and the cons. So right before we get into it, can I please ask you to smash a like on this video, as it genuinely helps me out and the channel out so much. I really do appreciate it. Of course, please do drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you think of Nio if you have a position. And please, if you're new around here, hit that juicy red subscribe button. Join the family. We are so close to 20,000 subs now. When we hit that, I'm going to be launching this merch, the Not a Financial Advisor merch. So let's get there, people. With that being said, let's get straight into it. So, as we always do around here, we are going to start it off on Nio's website. But where I specifically want to start off is on the company profile. So Nio is a pioneer in China's premium electric vehicle market. We design, jointly manufacture and sell smart and connected premium electric vehicles, driving innovations in next generation technologies in connectivity, autonomous driving, very important, and artificial intelligence. So that is just a quick summary of what Nio actually does. So Nio has been around for more than 5 years now. They were founded November 2014 and they went public back in September 2018, okay? After going public, they dropped off massively, but as of right now, they're actually up above their IPO price. And as with many EV companies, okay, the last 6 months have been crazy. Some absolutely immense growth. At the peaks, they were up over 500%, still up over 400% from the bottoms on the 6-month chart. The first model they developed, okay, a supercar, was introduced in 2016. They launched their first volume manufactured electric vehicle to the public at our Nio Day event on December 16, 2017, and began making deliveries from June 28, 2018. The ES8 is a 7-seater, which is actually quite interesting because there's a lack of 7-seaters in the EV market in the US in particular, but obviously Nio is in China, so this is just one more thing that they're actually doing quite well and are ahead of the competition in 7-seater EVs. We offer comprehensive value-added services and a convenient and innovative suite of charging solutions to our users. We're going to spend a long time speaking about this today. These solutions include Power Home, our home charging solution. Everybody has that. Power Swap, our innovative battery swapping service. This is incredible. Power Mobile, our mobile charging service through charging trucks. And Power Express, our 24-hour on-demand pickup and drop-off charging service. So Nio sending somebody out to pick up your car and charge it for you may sound out a little bit over the top, but keep in mind, this is a Chinese-based company. A lot of people in China live in apartments, apartment complexes, and they wouldn't be able to physically get a home charger, so a service like this in China is actually in much more demand than it would be in, say, the US. We sell our vehicles through our own sales network, including Nio Houses, which we will get into, and our mobile application. Nio Houses are not only showrooms for our vehicles, but are also clubhouses for our users. I like that, with multiple social functions. And at Nio, we envision a future where improved smart electric car technologies coupled with a better car ownership experience will drive increased appreciation and adoption of smart electric cars, leading to a more sustainable future for the planet. So your standard EV mission statement, essentially. So where should we begin? I'm actually going to start on batteries, because batteries are one of the things that Nio is doing incredibly well that really did catch my attention. Nio Power, it's right here on the website. An experience beyond refueling. Nio Power is a mobile internet-based charging solution with extensive comprehensive battery charging and power swap facility networks. Enhanced by Power Cloud, Nio Power offers users exclusive power service experience beyond expectations. Battery swap in 3 minutes. You can get a fully charged battery in 3 minutes, people. Compare that to a Tesla supercharger that can take up to 75 minutes to give 100% battery. So this is absolutely insane. Power is always 3 kilometers away, so there's plenty of places to charge your vehicle, and there's a 24/7 worry-free service. So here is a short clip of what the battery swap will look like. Literally, you will just pull your car up into one of these Nio power stations. As you can see here, it's not very big at all. What's that? Maybe 3 or 4 parking spaces. And essentially, this place works its magic, and within 3 minutes, you have a new fully charged battery. So included, you have ownership benefits, okay? Lifetime free nationwide charging services, up to 2 times per month or up to 12 times per year. And they offer this when you're up to 200 kilometers away from your home cities. And a worry-free power plan. Convenient charging experience is just 1 click away. Free power services 15 times a month. 1 click for power, car pickup and charging at your service and your doorstep. This is 15 times a month. Free power quota, 1000 kilowatt hours per month. Very, very nice. But this battery swapping, I would very much so be surprised if this doesn't become a thing of the future in all EV companies. So this was one of the first things that genuinely did get me excited about Nio. So let's speak a little bit about China, okay, and their electric vehicle incentive changes. How they are making people want to purchase electric vehicles. How they are supporting people in doing so. So China will pay individuals to drive an EV. Boost for Nio and Tesla. Beijing has launched a reward system for car owners to reduce emissions. So rewarding car owners for driving an EV or not driving. They use connected devices to monitor driving. Instead of just reducing customers' insurance bills, China's scheme will also pay them to drive zero-emission vehicles or not to drive at all. So there is an incentive for the Chinese to get into electric vehicles. It will ultimately end up being much cheaper. China, I think we're all aware of this, is, terrible in regards to emissions. EV emissions are lower than combustion engine vehicles. We all know this. We don't even need to get into it. That's one reason why there are so many incentives for people to drive EVs. China's aggressive EV push. Now, keep in mind, again, we're speaking about China in particular here. These are one of the countries who, could benefit the most from a fast transition to EV. It would help out their environmental issues massively. While individuals might earn less than $1 a day, the amount will accumulate to a few $100s or more over a year. Essentially, this payment should incentivize people to drive EV cars. China wants to aggressively reduce pollution and cut its oil imports. Makes sense. The country will prioritize EVs in this push. The country has extended the subsidies on buying NEVs by 2 years to 2022. China's battery charging infrastructure also got an injection of 2.7 billion won, which implies an increase of 10x compared to last year. China really wants EV. Competitive EV makers should benefit from this push. Nio is one of the domestic EV companies that China wants to succeed. They have already made an exception for Nio with EV subsidies. A threshold of 300,000 won is set for EVs to get a subsidy. Notably, Tesla had to reduce its Model 3 prices to receive this subsidy. So just a little bit more on this incentive scheme and how China are literally changing it to benefit Nio more than Tesla. So April 23rd, essentially, there was a notice outlining the subsidy policy, which will be scaled back by 10, 20 and 30% respectively over the next 3 years. The notice states that the subsidy on electric vehicles for public transport, commercial delivery and airports will not be scaled back this year, okay? The notice also set a pre-subsidy price limit of 300,000 won or $42,300 on electric vehicles. This change would effectively limit subsidies to economy and mid-range vehicles, eliminating more costly luxury models. And Nio does have some luxury vehicles out there. Only vehicles with batteries that have a range of at least 300 kilometers per charge or 186 miles will qualify. However, there is an exception for pricier vehicles equipped with standardized swappable batteries. Nio. Electric vehicles that utilize battery swapping technologies are not limited to the 300,000 yen price limit and will still qualify for the subsidies. This literally looks like China just changed this for Nio. They clearly want Nio to do well in the Chinese market. Why is this so important in regards to China? Okay, the global electric car stock 2010 to 2019. China, BEVs are these light blues and their PHEVs are these blues, okay? It has been going up quickly, okay? It's been going up quicker than other places in the world. It has a massive market share of global electric vehicles, full stop. This here really could be a massive, and I mean massive advantage for Nio going forward. So, their battery swap technology, it's incredible. Now, some of Nio's services. The Nio roadside service specialist will provide vehicle valet services. Your to-be service car will be picked up and sent back to your door. So a little bonus, yeah. Lifetime free quality assurance, regular maintenance, and lifetime free roadside assistance. They have this service center, okay? Nio certified professional technicians can provide vehicle repair and maintenance with Nio tailored standard service procedure. A simple click on the Nio app, your time will be freed. And then Service Mobile, just basic repair maintenance requests. So let's have a little chat about Nio House and Nio Space. These are essentially, okay, their sales and service outlets, and they want to beef up the amount they have to around 200 by the end of 2020. A space for Nio's users and friends, a joyful lifestyle beyond the car. So let's just start off with Nio House. So it's a space for Nio's users and friends. So they have 7 main areas, okay? A lab, we have a library, a cafe, a joy camp, whatever that is, a gallery, a living room, and forums. Basically just a cool place for Nio members to go. So Nio houses, okay, they're in prime lots and they have huge amounts of money involved. So like the house, you know, there's loads of different aspects to it. You know, there's obviously the sales aspect where you can see the cars or you can get a coffee. There's loads of different things. Then there's Nio Space, which covers a smaller area and involves fewer construction costs. And think of these as just showrooms, you know, a place to see Nio cars. It mainly serves as a showroom for sale that facilitates users who are interested in Nio's products while living in cities without Nio houses. But now there is more of a shift being put onto these Nio spaces as opposed to Nio houses, and it makes sense to me. They're cheaper to build, they'd be cheaper to uphold, and they live just for sales. So I mean, Nio really does want to be a brand, okay? They don't just want to be an EV company. You know, we have a look at Workhorse or Helion, or the large majority of EV companies. That's what they are. They're just in electric vehicles. Nio wants to be a brand. They want to be a brand even more so than Tesla is. I mean, look, they have lifestyle clothing. They have Nio houses. They have places for you to just go drink coffee and chill out. It is more than just an EV company, which I do think is very cool, okay? Tesla is a massive brand, okay? It's a brand name everybody knows, and it has done the company very well. Nio want that. They want that same reputation. They want that same brand recognizability. And not that I think having a clothesline is too important, but it's a piece of the puzzle to having a successful brand. I mean, my Not a Financial Advisor merch is going to be way cooler than this stuff, but anyway, it's okay. Now, I want to get into the money, the financials, okay? Because this is one of the things that really put me off when I was first looking into the company, I won't lie. So a few things from their Q1 earnings of this year. So deliveries were way down, but deliveries for EV as a whole were way down. I won't hold that against them. Even when I said I didn't like this company, I didn't hold that pit against them. But it still was a decrease of 53.2% from the fourth quarter of 2019. But traditionally as well, it's the last 2 quarters of a year that are better for EV companies for whatever reason. Now this one here, the vehicle margin, okay, was negative 7.4% compared with negative 6% in the first quarter of 2019. What this means is that for every vehicle Nio is selling right now, they're losing 7.4%. The more they sell, the more they lose as of right now. And this is something that obviously is very, very worrying. Total revenue down 51.8%. Loss from operations decreased 44.4%. Net loss decreased 40%. But this here, the vehicle margin is a very, very worrying one. Now we have seen Nio promises per vehicle profits in Q2. That would entail taking this vehicle margin from a negative 7.4% to above 0%. So the founder predicted that the company will achieve the long-awaited per car profits by mid-year, as it reported disappointing earnings for the fourth quarter of 2019, as we just saw. He also made big promises to hit double-digit profit margins by the end of this year. These are some big promises being made, people, and I'll tell you why this does still worry me and why I only went ahead and picked up 30 shares. He is filling people with massive confidence, and if he delivers on these promises, and if these things are to happen, it's going to fly up in value, most definitely. A lot of people say it's already priced in. I genuinely don't think it is. But if he doesn't deliver on these promises, a lot of people are going to sell this stock. And I honestly don't know if I believe that they will post what he is promising just yet. I do think it will get better, but he's promising a lot, people. So that to me is still one of the biggest cons. Not only the fact that the vehicle margin is so poor, and you know, has been very poor for a considerable period of time, but also the fact that the founder he's giving very demanding promises, people. I would much rather him have just said he expects the vehicle margin to get better than these kinds of promises. But hopefully it comes true. I mean, I'm now invested. I want them to come through. One more thing being that, you know, right now they're pretty much just China based, okay? They're going to need to penetrate the USA and the EU heavily in order to be one of the biggest players in the EV market without a doubt. And there is a lot of competition in those areas as of right now. As I briefly mentioned earlier on in the video, you know, there's this constant tension between the US and China. I think for them to penetrate the US is going to be quite difficult because of those tensions, but ultimately they probably will be okay. And then just in general, when we look at the balance sheet, you know, things are still bad, and they have been bad for a long time, and as of this moment in time, they're not getting any better. Now again, I'm all for investing in a struggling company, you know, especially when it comes to EV, because I do think it's disruptive innovation, and you know, these companies struggle for a while before you get your money back. But it is something worth noticing. Financials aren't very good. They're getting better, debatably, but they're not very good. And please do keep in mind for me, they have a 52-week range of $1.19 at the bottom and $16.44 at the top. And as of right now, it's at $11.94. Extremely volatile company. I mean, it moves left, right, and center. Anything could happen in the short term, okay? Especially when these next quarter's earnings come out. It's going to be scary. Analysts do have their performance outlook in the mid and long term as green, so that is something that's nice to see at least. Now, analysts in general, a lot of holds in there, even in August, 2 buys and 1 strong buy. No underperforms or sells, which is interesting, and 42.29% of their shares are held by institutions. So I do like seeing institutions hold large positions in companies. I really do. So this is something I like to see personally. The EV market in China is crazy, okay? It's bigger than anywhere else in the world. Nio is one of the absolute biggest players, and from what we've seen earlier in the video, it looks like the Chinese government wants to do everything they can to support Nio, to make sure Nio are successful, and they are a massive name in China. This is a company I'd say make sure do your due diligence on before investing. I hold a natural bias towards EV. It's just who I am as a person. It is literally my favorite industry in the world. I want to believe in EV companies. It's that simple. When I look into an EV company, I want to invest in them. You know, it's hard for me to find one that I don't want to invest in. So if you are thinking about it, look at it with your own set of eyes. Don't look at it through this YouTube video or anybody else on YouTube. Go out and do your own research and form your own opinions. But that is my update on Nio. So if you watched till the end of this video, I really do appreciate you so much, and I do hope I was able to give you insight both for the good and the bad of this company, and ultimately some entertainment as well. It is a very interesting company, okay? It definitely is one of these speculative plays. It's high risk in nature, but the reward could ultimately be absolutely insane. That's why I did want to open a small position. But please, I beg you to do due diligence before investing in a company like this. If you have watched until the end and you did enjoy, please smash that like button for me, drop me a comment down below, and subscribe if you're new around here. Those things help me out so much more than you realize. I would really appreciate it. I hope that you all enjoyed. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day. I will see you for tomorrow's videos. Peace.